Hello, my name is Sarah Gash, and I am your host and facilitator for this webinar of Understanding Your Soul Purpose Map. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this and to share this. Let me know after, message me if you're in contact with me on Facebook. I have contact information. You are welcome to email me, and I would love to hear from you if you have any questions. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. So we are here to understand your soul purpose map. When the reason why this is so important is when you are in alignment with your soul purpose, when you are navigating the map to step into that space, you realize your creative potential. The forgotten parts of yourself are woken up. It's as if it's just waiting there, sitting there, and it just needs to follow this pathway. And here it is for you. You experience more joy, love, and peace in your life. You unlock your creativity, your passion, and your vitality. You manifest in alignment with what you want instead of what you don't. And we all need this to one extent or another. So many people come to me. I am manifesting so much of what I don't want in my life. I am in a space of what I don't want. I am experiencing what I don't want. I am feeling what I don't want. All this resistance sitting there. And what they do want seems very much out of reach. So when you are navigating this, you are karmically, energetically, through your belief system, through navigating it with purpose, you are stepping into alignment with what you do want, with who you really are, not the illusion. You also learn to trust your intuition and your heart truth, and to know what that is. So we are going to be talking about the soul purpose map, our soul contracts, the lessons, the karma, the gifts, and the purpose. I will be guiding you through a couple gifts that show up in the hands. And that's always so fun to see if you have that. Like I said, if you have questions after, go ahead and shoot them over to me. Please connect with me. I welcome you to connect to me on Facebook, Instagram, via email. So my name is Sarah Gash. I am a healer. I have a business in Butte, Montana, and online. I've spent the last 5 years absolutely immersed in everything healing that I was interested in hand analysis, in the belief systems, in the subconscious, in coaching training, and in so many different avenues to bring me to where I am today. All of those I started for my own self-healing. My foundation is hands. My foundation is the soul map that exists within the hands. That is what connected with me first, and what allowed me inside myself to give myself permission to take a journey into my own transformation. And I will forever be in gratitude about that. When I started, I was a very happy stay-at-home mom. I used to be a nurse a long time ago, and I always wanted to be a mom and a stay-at-home mom, and I loved that opportunity. But my kids were getting older, and there was a sense inside myself that there was more, that there was something I am here infinitely to be and do, but I did not feel worthy. I did not feel loved. I was having issues in my relationship feeling loved. There was just this place in me. I had a lot of trauma to heal from my childhood, a lot of trauma to heal from events that had happened. So there was a place, it was as if I was in the perfect place actually to step into discovering the soul map in my hands. And someone read my hands, and the only thing she said to me is, "You're a healer." And that was the aha. That was the moment where I said, yes, I am. It's showing in my hands. This is true. And I gave myself permission to journey down this path. This is where it all started, and it is still my foundation in all that I do. All the energy work I do, I always use the knowledge and the knowing and the wisdom that comes from our soul map, our soul purpose map, for the work that I do in all of it. I believe as a healer, so I started for my own healing. And then, even though I knew I was a healer, but I knew I needed to heal me first. And every step of the way, I said, oh, this is amazing. Now let's bring it to somebody else. Let's see if I can facilitate that for somebody else. I believe as a healer, I'm part of a healing trinity. My part is to facilitate, to act as a bridge between the divine that exists outside of you and the divine healer that exists inside you. And sometimes that means reconnecting. Sometimes that means bringing messages. Sometimes that is just shining a light and knowing and showing how powerful you are in your own ability to heal. Because the truth is, as a healer, I don't heal anyone. I stand on the bridge. So my passion, as it has been uncovered, is to empower others to help them to see that they can heal, that they do heal, and that they are enough, that your soul may have layers that needs to be healed through eons of time, through your epigenetics, through all that you are, the shadow that has formed, the false beliefs from childhood, all of that sits there. But at the center is who you really are. The center is you as a beautiful divine light. And it exists inside you in this physical body. And we are meant to ground in our divinity and this life and experience it, not separate from, but here. And that means we experience love and joy and peace and standing in our power and being aligned with our intuition. And yes, sometimes navigating from a place of doubt into a place of confidence and learning how to do that. And that's where the soul map comes in. It really does. So your soul purpose map, we are here to awaken to who we truly are as divine beings. And in this day and age, we can see there is massive awakening happening, and it's moving through the shadow right now. It's moving from a place of all the aspects of self that are triggered, that are wounded, that are in the places of lower vibrational shame, guilt, those things. We're seeing prejudice. We're seeing so many things coming out, and it's coming out so it can be moved through. Those places are no less a part of the journey we've had. We have learned such beautiful things through that. But we are awakening to, we don't have to do that anymore to learn. We've already learned it. So our soul, especially at this time, deeply wants us to move from a place of separation to total connection, to realizing the truth of who we are and change the paradigm we've come to know as our truth. Our divine blueprint is shown through many maps and pathways. One such map is the one located in our hands. It is the embodiment of the contracts we hold for soul growth in this lifetime. It is made up of our gifts, excuse me, our soul lessons in school, along with the karma we're meant to rebalance. And all of it, every single part of it, leads to our greater divine soul purpose, the divine energy we are meant to embody, the being that brings us deep fulfillment in this life. That is what the map is. It shows us the way there, because it already exists right here, right now. And it's just pulling the veil of illusion off so we can see it. Clarity is 50% of this journey. If you can see what is happening, then you can shift and you can change within it. I won't say it's always easy. I won't say there isn't things within that, but when we orient to who we are instead of who we are not, we realize our own being as creators. We realize we are creating in every moment. And once again, do we want to create from what we want or what we don't want? And what is the resistance there? So hands, like I said, are one of the maps that shows this. Fingerprints are part of that map. Fingerprints are, so if I can get the page going, fingerprints are absolutely amazing. Okay. Our fingerprints contain a pattern like the wave impressions on a beach. Each separate pattern has a separate energy to accompany it. It is a bar-coded peek at what we are here to experience. We are oriented to perceive our life based upon their message. So we are oriented often to see that we are the shadow, when in fact we are the light. The shadow is part of our journey. We're not meant to avoid it, pretend it's not there, go out of our way to shove it aside. It's part of our journey. It's part of our divinity, but we don't have to stand in the space of it as it. We can see who we really are. So they are literally a reflection of the beliefs we hold, the trauma we carry, and the karma we're meant to rebalance. We were given this map to show us the way. They show the paradigm of illusion that we come in with and have had from the beginning of time, though it has built up over time. And in this lifetime, this is what our soul wanted to heal, clear, and move through. So our hands are a reflection of the soul contracts written before we were born. They show the lessons we're here to learn, the purpose we're meant to embody, the gifts we carry, and the map to navigate the whole journey. Our soul contracts, your soul contracts, were created before we were born. They're here not to punish us, but to reveal who we really are. Now is the time to step into our expansiveness as divine creators within this physical embodiment. They guide the journey, but do not dictate the experience. We have free will and sovereignty always. So when it comes to soul contracts, this is like this is the soul contract. And the contract is not for us to experience negative. The soul contract is for us to know who we really are. So it is to show us that so we can experience who we are and to be who we are. And there is no judgment in what we choose within our free will here. But because we are here to learn specific things and to be guided within that, then sometimes our situations and our experiences can be unpleasant until we get what it is we are here to know about ourselves. Within that, we can have soul contracts, obviously, like with family members. And a lot of this work, you know, the terms I'm using, soul purpose mapping, this has come through my evolution, moving from, you know, the fingerprint system and soul psychology and in hands as the foundation of everything I do, soul mapping, through my energy work that I do have my Master Theta Healing Practitioner and Teacher certification, through my Reiki, Holy Fire, Karuna Master certification, through many other classes I've taken on the soul and different soul work, my Sacred Soul Alignment Practitioner certification. I mean, there's just so many things that I have learned, that I have realized as I work with client after client, that these soul contracts are coming in. And our soul contracts we have with people specifically, they're like, if you're to imagine it, the soul contract is like this big umbrella, and then all these little ones come down. If we do this big umbrella one, then those ones can start clearing. So just to share how that works. The fingerprints don't show specific contracts between people. They show your soul contract to reveal who you really are. So your lessons, we are here to navigate through our lessons, allowing them to become our biggest strength in this life. We are not here to do that so that we can be miserable. We are not here to learn. So if we look at a lesson of, I don't even like to phrase it this way, but I will. Unworthiness. Maybe we feel very unworthy, not good enough, guilt, judgment. Those are some of the trigger things we navigate through. We're not here to learn those. That's not our lesson. Our lesson is to know how worthy we are. Our lesson is to know how powerful we are. Our lesson is to know we are good enough and we can step out and do what we want without worrying about other people's judgment. In this day and age, we're safe to do that. We are here to be who we are. There is some discernment that comes in that. There's place and time for some things, but still, that is what our lesson is. I am worthy. I am worthy. So that's an important distinction. Okay, the lesson is not to experience the negative. That's just what we have experienced. because our lesson contains the paradigm of limited beliefs and wounding that we have built up over time. Showing the lesson in our fingerprints is the way that energetically we're forced to face these fears and false perceptions to clear the karma creating cycles of action that no longer serve. If we choose to learn, face our fears, clear our limited beliefs, see the illusion, we step into the strength and purpose within us, and it becomes part of our soul purpose in this life, because it is a part of our soul energy blueprint, the truth of who we really are. If you feel unworthy, I'm telling you right now, and everybody is worthy, you are meant to shine with that worth in the world. That is who you are. Now, the next part that shows up within the hands, within the soul contracts, within the soul map that we're navigating through is karma. Karma within the context of your soul purpose map is the understanding that every action is taken based upon a motivation and an energy. The consequence that occurs is based upon the energetic motivation and the energetic response after the consequence occurs. So karma is created through lifetimes. We hold karma from our ancestors through the collective conscious and through our own experiences in all lifetimes. Energetically, it acts as a magnet, creating more negative or positive experiences based upon where it's aligned. Karma can be rebalanced with energy healing. However, you have the ability to clear your karma through becoming aligned with right action energetically. Right action is different for every single person. It's dependent on who you are energetically on a soul level. It is part of our soul contract and is critical to awakening with ease. So knowing what your soul purpose map is allows you to understand what is the right action to take. Not everybody's action is going to be the same. Not everybody's right action is going to be the same. And it really is the energy behind the action, not that the action isn't important, that creates negative or positive. And the way karma works is that the more you have it, positive or negative, the more it is going to attract it. Just like I said, it's a magnet attracting. So clearing, rebalancing negative karma. Let's take, for instance, your ancestors very much have a poverty mindset. And you are starting your own business and wanting to help people infinitely. You are meant to be supported while you do that. And the more supported you are, the more you can help others. Yet sitting in the background is a poverty consciousness and actions and alignments and karma that has built up over time from your ancestors and probably from this life too, in other spaces and times that have built up, in which they engaged with the world in the way that said, I'm not worthy to be abundant. I'm learning some really powerful things through poverty, so I'm going to just stay in this space, building some negative karma up. And so you're stepping into this business and you've got all this in the background, and it feels as if there's a tension rod constantly pulling you back, pulling you back, pulling you back. And you're not sure what that is. And so you try to go this way and you try to go that way, and you're not sure. You're noticing self-sabotage behaviors come in. When you know what's sitting there, then you can take an aligned action to move out of it. So if you're, depending on what your ancestors were learning through that, or what the energetic response was, where they believe they're unworthy over and over and over, and they show through their actions that downplay their accomplishments maybe, or feel guilt if they accept money. It can manifest a lot of different ways. And you come into this life with that same energetic component. The pathway through would be seeing clearly what behavior is not aligning with your worth, how you may energetically be creating poverty within your life, even though you're working really hard towards abundance. So there's a way through moving forward from a place, even though it might be hard, i.e. you put out You want to see clients in your business, and that's what you're moving forward to, but you are scared to charge what you're worth, so you charge less. That's creating a negative karmic cycle that carried probably from that past. Knowing you are worthy, knowing it is worth this, knowing that, and you've done market analysis and you know what is your location has. I mean, there's a part for all of that, and you get to decide what that means, whether your business is online or whether it's local, all of that, knowing what it's truly worth. If you put somebody else in that seat, what would you say that's worth? And then putting it out there and sharing it and doing it from a place of love. That will shift the energy. The more you do that karmically, it starts clearing that. It's not an instantaneous thing when it comes to karma, but the action is important. We can do all the energy work we want on this kind of issue, on abundance issues. But if we don't take action differently, we just rewrite the negative karma, and negative beliefs happen from that. A negative paradigm continues to be compounded or positive, depending on what the action is. So I hope that makes sense. That's the example I got as I was doing this. And depending on the group of people that step in or are here, the example changes because it's different. And for every single person, it's going to be different. Okay. Now, gift markers are really cool. So I absolutely love gift markers. They are the divine contracts to do in this life. Not everyone has gift markers, and you don't have to be amazing and to be here with a purpose. We all have a purpose outside of this. But when you do have gift markers, it means that you wanted to do specific things, and it's a contract and it's a pull. So gift markers are line formations that are a message from the soul of what we're here to do. Energetically, it creates a deep desire to learn what our purpose is, to discover our divine timing, and to heal. Often we have a great deal of resistance to step into this path. There are 18 known gift markers located in the hands, though I believe more will be revealed and are being revealed. You can have clusters of gift markers that take on a different meaning. You can have many. You can have one or on both of the hands. They're really, really neat. Okay. So let's go ahead and walk you through, because people just absolutely love this. Okay. We're going to walk you through identifying if you have a couple. So if you have a flashlight, because you're going to have this on recording now, you can go ahead and pause this since you're not watching it live right now. So do you have a camera on your phone is a good way to do it. You can also have not the camera on the phone, the flashlight on the phone, or a flashlight. So go ahead and pull that out, pause if you need to, at any point. So this is our hand. I love hands. Even just this says something. Everything about the hand says something. Do you have a gift marker? So one of the most common gift markers is the healer markings, at least for people I see, probably because I resonate and I attract healers. So the healer marking is the one on the left-hand side. I have a circle on there. I'm going to actually show you with annotation here. Okay. Right here. Now, where is that located on your hand, since you can't see your full hand there? When we look at our hand, either hand, it doesn't matter which, your pinky finger, it's going to be under your pinky finger on either hand. So you may want to look at both. You're going to look down here, and it's going to be under here, and there's going to be lines going straight down. And you're going to want, the more lines, the more it says something. So go ahead and see if you have that. See if you have any lines going down. So when you're looking at your hand, if you can see this, there is a line going across like this. This is our heart line. Comes right under the pinky, goes over here. Then we have another big line which is our headline, and then we have this line, which is our lifeline. So the lines are going to be in this area right here, in between the heart line and the pinky. So on here, you can see the line here, which is, well, this is an interesting line. I won't say what that is. It's partly that. Well, interesting. This one's an interesting hand. So anyways, and all these lines coming down like that, some of them not quite all the way down, but see how they're like past the halfway, and there's a lot of them. They're going down. This is important. We're not looking at the ones doing that. That is not a healer marking, okay? So we are looking at the ones going straight down right here in between the pinky. This is actually the pinky right here, okay? In between the pinky and this line right here. So go ahead and look at those and see if you have a healer marking. The more you have, the more it means, okay? This is the counselor, the energy healer, the soul purpose mapping facilitator. Anyone can be a healer, but are you using it to its full capacity? If you're not using it, you will feel it. It never fails if I am not standing on that bridge, I am not happy at home. I am a grump. That is how it manifests for me. It is an energy that shows up. I am discontent. I am not using it. You are here, if you have healer markings, to be paid for being a healer. Now, you can have few enough that you are here to heal yourself first. And then what I've seen happen is as that happens, you get more to stand in the space of facilitating for other people too. So those are the healer markings. The next one over here is what we call the Apollo star. Are you to be here to be seen as your creative, authentic self with an audience of more than 3 people? This is the artist, the athlete, the healer that is meant to be seen for their work in the world. If you are a healer with an Apollo star, and a lot of healers have this right now, then you are here to be in the spotlight as a healer. You're here to be seen as a healer. And that can be a lot of things. You could have a blog where you share your stuff. You could have a YouTube channel. You could be on a stage and actually speaking and presenting. There's a lot of ways to do this. You could be on TV. You could have a podcast. Lots of potentials with this, but you are here to be seen for your creative, authentic self. If you are a healer with this, you're going to want to do it differently. You're going to be doing it your way. This is very much a creator energy. So where is this located on your hands? Once again, either hand, you can have it on one or both. Does mean more when you have more, but it's more energy in there. Let's put it that way. So we're looking at our hands again, thumb. We are looking at the ring fingers. Okay, so the hands are marked up in zones. So we just looked at the pinky. Now we're looking at this zone. We're looking at that line again. Okay, so you've got this line. So this person's heart line is doing this. Ooh, wait a second. So interesting. Okay, that's actually, okay, let's clear this for a second. Clear all drawing. So when I loaded this page, this does have an Apollo star, but it's actually this one here. What I want you to pay attention to is these are both stars. You can see the star. So I want you to see the star formation. You don't know this because you can't actually see the fingers. This would not actually be the right finger. This one over here would. But I highlighted this one because the star showed up so well. So I want you just to see that a star, so the straight line formations of the healer is one way to see it, is a healer marking. A star is 6, it's a star. It has to have 6, where they're coming through the lines. It's a star. It might be a messy star, but it's still a star. And it's sitting there underneath the finger in between the heart line and the fingers. Okay, so for you, where that's going to be located is your ring finger, and under here, where your pinky is here, and it's going to be over. So it's almost like here's the healer, straight lines down, boom, right here. Okay, and then here it would be another one, and here would be another one. So we're right here. Okay, and you're going to look under here and just with the flashlight see if you have any stars. If it's an X, it is possible to have just an X. Let me see if I have that here somewhere. Oh, okay, here's one messy again. That is not a star, and it's not in the right place. It's under. So not for this star. That is not a star. That is an X. It means something totally different. Okay, so we're looking for a star. It would need to have this to be a star, and it could be little. I have a little tiny Apollo star that looks like that. Of course, mine is way up here, but nonetheless. So you want to see if you can find a star. Okay, you might have more than one. You might have it on both hands. And once again, that says that in your contract, you are here to be seen, you're here to be creative, and you're here to be seen for your creativity. Okay. It's really cool, but it means that you're going to feel a push, and it actually means you may avoid it at all costs because there can be lots of layers of resistance to stepping into this. And so we align to the fear that can come into it, like the rejection. I'm going to be rejected. And we align to that. And then unfortunately, that's the direction we go to. We avoid it because it's fearful, or we play small because it's fearful, instead of aligning to, because inside you, you really do want to share. Like, I have this, and I will say this is my biggest fear that I have. But when I do it and I'm really sharing authentically, I absolutely love, not from a place of ego, oh, look at me, but from a place of just really sharing my truth and helping and facilitating and bringing that. If I don't do that, then it's not going to reach the people it needs to reach. So there's a deep sense of fulfillment when I step out, I allow myself to be seen. I allow that to flow, my creativity to flow as a healer, because I am combining both of these. And that's how it plays. So it doesn't mean you won't have fears, and it doesn't mean that it's not scary to you. And that is the challenge, but that's where we shift our orientation. We shift our orientation from the fear to what we really want, to who we really are, to what exists at the center of who we are right here in this moment. Okay, so let's see. Your soul purpose now is to be, your expansive soul purpose is to be who you truly are, okay? When we clear our false beliefs, when we heal our trauma, when we rebalance our karma, and we live in the energy of our deepest fulfillment, at peace, in love, we navigate our soul contracts and awaken to our infinite potential. Our soul purpose is all of this. We are here to be who we are. We're already it. Don't have to make us ends to it. Doesn't mean that there aren't things we're going to want to learn. I've taken a lot of classes, love them, but we already have everything we want, we need inside ourselves. We are this. And realizing that, aligning to that, allows it to become a reality in this moment. So the map in the hands shows the way to do this. And when you have this map, it shows not only the way for you to do this, but how to facilitate this for everyone else. When you know this information, you understand why other people are engaged in the behaviors that they are. You have the ability to see through the shadow to their light. You can see what's really operating in the paradigms that exist. It's a huge thing to do. And I will say the biggest thing that can happen is that you come to a place where you are more at peace, where other people are at, less judgment, where you can really see it for what it is, even if you choose not to be in it, if that makes sense. So if you'd like to contact me, as I said, I'm Butte, Montana. I have a phone, you can text me. I have an email, sarahgash@gmail.com. You can contact me. I'm on the groundedpath.com website. I am also going to share that I have a course starting in July. It is Soul Purpose Mapping Certification. so that you can look at the hands and the gift markers and guide someone, orient them into their purpose, show them how to navigate through, to clear their own karma, to utilize the system for both yourself and for others. And if that interests you, go ahead, go to thegroundedpath.com. If you are interested in a payment plan, let me know, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.